My name is Agnès Bliah. I am a music industry operations director at Deezer. My role in the industry as Agnes is basically to make what Deezer is doing resonate within the music ecosystem, and having the right people talking about the right topics, for example, at a conference, but also making sure the right people meet so that we basically push our what we stand for further, and make sure that we're heard and that we regroup as many people as possible around, I guess, our cause. What's the cause or the raison d'être of Deezer? I think we were created 15 years ago during the Napster revolution, basically, to put a bit of structure and create a virtuous platform in a way so that people could listen to music and artists ultimately would be remunerated for that. That's how streaming started, right? Today, we're being confronted to sort of a new revolution, which is the AI revolution. I don't really like saying AI revolution because actually we've been using AI since the beginning. The algorithms of Deezer when it comes to playlists are AI based as well as editorial, but I mean AI is a thing that's been existing for a long time. The new revolution now is more around generative AI and how it is flooding a lot of content, and sometimes, and most of the times actually, the reason for fraud. So I guess the raison d'être remains creating sort of a platform where users can discover music and artists can be remunerated for their art. It's just that we have a different set of challenges today that we need to address. Today, our talk was about artist remuneration. And so Deezer has pioneered actually the very first artist-centric remuneration model. The reason why I say we pioneered it is because we're the first ones to initiate a shift from the market-centric approach to an artist-centric approach. This is not the final destination, I would say. We're aiming to develop this model, but today's conversation was about this and how we go towards a fair remuneration context. I think the most striking or the most essential part of the conversation was this consensus on a necessity for more transparency in our industry today. Not only more transparency, but more collaboration. We all agree that we need to go towards we all agree that we have to go towards a more transparent industry. Attends, ça va ce que je dis. Qu'est-ce qu'on a dit? So, the most striking or most interesting, I guess, point of the conversation was this consensus around a necessity for transparency. We need to be transparent about content today. We need to be transparent about catalog. We need to be transparent about, so for example, at Deezer, our catalog, we've cleansed the catalog. There's still work to do, but we're noticing that every day there's 20% of the uploaded content on Deezer is generative AI. That's almost 18,000 tracks per day. So we need to make sure that we tag that content, we identify it, and we've just announced that we're now going to be transparent with our users about this. So when you're going to be seeing a 100% generative AI content on Deezer, at least, you will be aware of it. So it's a bit similar to food, now we like to, we say we are what we eat. We like to see that, maybe that in this candy, there's actually gelatine of, I don't know what. Well, in a similar manner, when we listen to music, we should be able to know who we're listening to, what's in it, who produced it, and ideally pay for that specifically. What is the impact of AI on artist remuneration? We need to differentiate the use of some AI tools to 100% generative AI content. We believe that AI is here, AI is going to be, we're not going to just hide our eyes and just like it's happening, it's here, it's there. But there's a difference between using some AI tools to create, which I think at Deezer we are in favor of, and fully generative AI content that's basically a click, a noise-based, created on a click, and that ultimately is being listened to by fake machines. Because fake music listened by fake people, that's the real problem. And that's that has a direct impact on remuneration. But what Deezer has done, for example, is that we've removed 100% generative AI content from lean back playlists. So if you're listening to, some Deezer recommendation playlist, you're not in control of what you're listening. You're sort of trusting the streaming service. And, you can start with a wonderful track and then it leads to another and you're loving your playlist and suddenly you're gonna have this weird, fully generative AI track, which you do not have at Deezer because we have made that, conscious decision to remove from lean back playlists generative content, 100% generative AI content. And this has an impact on remuneration because if we would leave tracks with generative AI content, they would end up taking a part of the pie from the artists. So Deezer, when we make the conscious decision of removing generative AI content from the lean back playlists, well, we in a way, we protect the remuneration of artists. Why protect artists when at the end of the day, Deezer is remunerated in the same manner, whether it's generative AI content or an artist? It's a question of ethics. So I can't speak for another streaming service, but it's true that when you think of it, we are paid the same. So, I was saying earlier that we exist because we believe in a virtuous industry. I mean, it sounds all kiki lala, but it's true. The idea is that we're here because we want great artists to be discovered by great, humans. It's a question of positioning and ethics. California has a special place in my heart because I think it's a reunion of good people. It's a small format where you actually have an opportunity to discuss with various parts of the industry and you always have a qualitative conversation. The fact that it's in Liège, and right now that we're in this massive heat wave, kind of force us to just hang out with each other. And I like the cherry-picked selection of people and startups. I feel you always come out of California inspired and enticed to meet again the people that you discuss with at the conference.